Well, it's official. I'm the author of a banned book. On Friday, Amazon.com emailed me and said that they had pulled my new book, Hollywood Propaganda: How TV, Movies, and Music Shape Our Culture, which made it to number 3 on the Amazon bestseller list, by the way, of all books. They pulled the paperback and the ebook from being sold on the entire website, but not for the reason that I thought that they would. I told you guys to buy the book before they ban it because someday it would be a collector's item. I just didn't think that they would ban it so soon, and not for the reason that they did, not for hate speech, which, they probably will in the future, but because the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce filed a legal complaint with Amazon claiming that I violated their trademark because the font that I used for the word Hollywood in the title is too similar to the Hollywood sign in Hollywood, which they do have a trademark for, which is a whole other question about whether that should have been allowed or not. And so when people want to sell a poster or something or a t-shirt of the Hollywood sign, you have to get a license for it. And even when films use the Hollywood sign, they have to pay a licensing fee. But not for nominative use, not for fair use, not for using a registered trademark to comment on that trademark, thus being the city of Hollywood, thus being the title of my book. Of course, there are countless other books for sale on Amazon and have been for many years that use the exact same font that mine does, and that's totally okay, but I'm not allowed to do it. And I wouldn't be surprised if they sue me to try to take all the profits from the book, because this is a pretty big can of worms that has just been opened. I knew that the powers that be in Hollywood wouldn't like the book, especially me raising awareness of the social impact agencies, those lobbying groups that different social justice warriors approach and pay to literally lobby the Hollywood screenwriters and the studios to insert messages and sometimes make entire shows and movies about to promote certain political causes. Not to mention that the CIA has what's called an entertainment liaison office, and they literally work behind the scenes with Hollywood studios to produce movies and TV shows. At the time I'm recording this video Friday night, I haven't spoken with my lawyer yet because it's pretty late, and I'm fairly well versed in intellectual property rights. I have a bunch of college textbooks on trademark law and copyright law and the legal system and everything, but I definitely am going to have to consult with him, and I reached out to another high-profile intellectual property attorney to consult with them, and we're going to see what happens because this might be a big problem. And I know a lot of you guys are saying, you need to sue them, but that could cost easily hundreds of thousands of dollars and take several years, and the court may not even issue me any damages. That's just to win the case, and then I would be out that money. So I'm going to have to sit back and think. I don't know what I'm going to do. Probably the easiest way to get around this, at least at this point, unless they sue me, would be to just change the cover and just put some plain font on there, or maybe slap a little censored sticker, and then I'll see how soon I can get it relisted on Amazon. Unless there's a lawyer out there who wants to take the case pro bono, but what most people don't know in those situations, there are still many court costs that are associated with the case. So even if the lawyer's not billing for the time, there are still just tons of legal costs for depositions and discovery and travel expenses and a whole bunch of stuff. So I don't know what I'm going to do. What you can do is order my other books like The Liberal Media Industrial Complex, The True Story of Fake News, and Liberalism Find a Cure before Amazon possibly bans those for including facts and opinions that some may find offensive. For those of you who have read The Liberal Media Industrial Complex, then you know that over the last 2 years, Amazon has banned several books for those very reasons. So I wasn't being sarcastic. They really are banning books. And some of the books maybe you've never heard of, some of them fairly obscure, but some of them have been written by some authors whose names I'm sure you have heard. I really didn't think any of my books would get banned until after the election, because as you know, if President Trump wins, then they're going to be cracking down on free speech and they're going to be blaming people like me, and if Trump loses, then we're going to lose the bully pulpit. The Democrats are going to have the institutional support of the government, so it's going to be a rough ride here going forward no matter what. Which is all the more reason you need to get out and vote if you haven't voted already, and be prepared for long lines in many cities, because who knows what's going to happen with social distancing. So bring a chair, because you may not even be able to wait inside. There could be bad weather. Bring some food, bring some water. Whatever you do, get to the polls if you haven't already and vote like you are casting the winning vote. I know I joke around a lot on this channel. I try to have fun and laugh at all the madness, but things are getting pretty serious, and so buckle up.